Wait, before you lose marks for something as simple as habit referencing, let me show you what habit referencing actually is and how you can master it fast. My name is Lerato Kanomsa, your academic best friend from All Things Academia, where we explore and explain all things in the academic world. If you are writing an essay or working on a research project or writing your thesis or dissertation, as some people call it, then referencing is non-negotiable. But no one teaches us the stuff properly, and suddenly you are told to use habit referencing in your research and you do not know exactly what that is and have zero help. I have been there too many times. This is why I created this series to break down habit referencing in a way that actually makes sense. So, what is habit referencing? It's basically a style that is used by universities all around the world and other academic institutions as well. This is a way to show where you got the information that you are using from. So when you are writing an essay, a research paper, or a dissertation, you're obviously going to read some books, some articles, some blogs, websites, where you're going to gather the information that you're going to use in that essay or research paper or even dissertation. So you need to show your reader where you got that information from, because it's borrowed information and not necessarily your ideas or your words. And this is great because it shows your reader that you have done the research and that you've got facts to back up whatever you are saying. So this is not a negative thing that you're using someone's work, but you need to reference it because you have borrowed it and therefore you need to show. If you do not show, then you have stolen it and that becomes a crime. This is where referencing comes in as a way of showing where you got that information. And habit referencing is a particular style that you use to show that. There are now many different styles that are used, like APA and MFL and so forth, but habit referencing is one of the most common ones. So is APA. On that note, please comment down below if your institution uses APA instead of habit referencing and you would like me to create a series on how to reference using APA style. So now that we are clear on what habit referencing is, let's move on to how it works. Firstly, there are two components of habit referencing: the in-text citation and the reference list. The in-text citation is when you're citing the source or you're referencing the source that you are using within the text that you are writing. And the reference list is the list of all the sources that you've used in your in-text. So you're giving a little bit more details on those sources. These two components have different elements. For in-text citation, you use the surname of the author or the last name of the author for those in the other parts of the world, and the publication date, which is the year that the source was published. And in the reference list, you use the surname of the author, followed by the initial and the publication date, which is the year that the source was published. And in this part, this is where you give a little bit more of information, like the title of the source, the place of publication, and the publisher. So this has a little bit more detail to it in how to do it and how to structure it. And we'll talk about those details as we go along this series. But since this is part one of the series, this is just an overview and an introduction of what habit referencing is. In the videos that are going to follow, we're going to discuss the different types of citations and the different types of reference lists in terms of how to reference different documents within that list and how to structure it. So be sure that you have subscribed to this channel and you have hit the notification bell down below so that you are notified when we upload those videos that discuss this in details. Now we know what habit referencing is and how it works. Let's talk about why it matters before we move along with this series. Habit referencing is important for two reasons. One, we've talked about briefly, and that is to show your reader that you have done the research and that you know about the topic because you've read around it, and that you've got experts of the topic backing your arguments up because they've done the research and they are peer reviewed, most of them. So they're backing up your argument because you have read their sources, took some of their words, took some of their ideas to back up your argument. The second reason is to save you from plagiarizing, which is a crime. In academia, it is an offense to take someone else's ideas or words and use them without referencing them or acknowledging that author or source where you got the words. This is actually a very serious offense that can lead you to suspension of around 5 years. And yes, I know what you're thinking. I can always go apply somewhere else. No, you cannot. Because if you are suspended for plagiarism at a particular institution for 5 years, it means you cannot apply anywhere else for the next 5 years. Trust me, you do not need that 5-year delay. So this is why I have created the series so that you stay away from all the drama and trauma of actually being kicked out for a whole 5-year period. No one needs that. To avoid all of that, just follow along the series where I'll be uploading different videos that covers how to reference different document types and source types as you write your research project, your essay, or your dissertation. If you have found this video helpful, please just give it a like by clicking the thumbs up down below and share it with 1 or 2 friends or colleagues that you think might be interested in Harvard referencing. Also, I've created a free Harvard referencing starter pack that will help you follow along the series and guide you as you Harvard reference. So you can click the link down below in the description and download your free Harvard referencing starter pack. Now, be sure to click on the video that is appearing on your screen right now, because that is the next video of this series that is going to help you reference books, whether it is a single authored book or a multiple authored book, or it's a book that has authors and editors, or it is a chapter within an edited book. So click that video as I project to you love and grace in a way of 2 Corinthians 13 verse 14.